Hello and welcome to Third Act Film. Today we'll be discussing which new categories we think the Oscars should add to their lineup. Here with me is Todd James.
Hello.
And I'm James Forbes.
Hello, James.
Alright, so they haven't introduced a new category in years. Maybe we should look this up, but
That hasn't been good.
Yeah, it hasn't been a recent affair. However, the movie industry itself has changed drastically.
True.
Yeah. So what do you think, Todd James, should they add next?
So, before I say my first suggestion,
Sure.
I'm kind of happy at the moment.
With the Oscars?
Yeah, I'm not like there. I don't think there are any glaring admissions from the awards lineup. But if they were to add some, these are some of the ones I think. Best ensemble cast.
Ah, damn it, that's
you had this one. God damn it. Right.
Yeah, go on.
You obviously agree, just because there are a lot of films where there is no standout lead,
Yeah.
basically.
Spotlight for this year.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah, one of the big ones in my head would be Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Like that, one of the biggest Oscar winners of all time.
Yeah.
Just no way to recognise the fantastic acting across the board.
It is different. It is so different. Because there's so many films where one person is just the standout character, standout actor, and has completely won it.
Or even one or two people.
Yeah. Whilst an ensemble is rare and is difficult to do. How can you all be on the same page? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a certain class of talent required from all the actors involved in order for them to all be like, all right, this movie is more important than us, and sell it. Obviously, you do get films where an actor's like, all right, Mr. Director, can I have more scenes, please? Because I need this Oscar. Whilst if it's a film, going back to my example of Spotlight, with a film like that, they knew that the subject matter was more important than their opportunities of getting nominated for an Oscar separately. And I think there's a more united and bigger push for that, definitely.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Mark Ruffalo is probably the standout in that film. Probably.
Just,
have you seen it?
I have, yeah.
Right, but it's not at the point where I walked away being like, "Phew, that Mark Ruffalo, he bloody carried that film."
Yeah.
Like that, all of them were great. Yeah. Even the one guy in the team whose name I don't know.
Yeah,
he was great.
Yeah, he's from the stage.
Yeah. Like Liev Schreiber as well as the head of everyone. Like even the people they interview across the board, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I feel like there is enough, or there are rather enough films like that every year that it could stand alone.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for stealing my one, but
sorry, my friend. Do you want me to go again?
I'll go.
Okay.
Similar, bit different.
Oh, I think you picked my second one.
Best casting.
Best casting director.
Well, yeah. So who?
that's exactly what I picked.
Oh wow. Who would have funked it? Oh wow. Good thing I went.
Yeah.
So this is something that's normally overlooked, but picking the right actor for the right role can make or ruin a film.
Yeah, it has done.
As simply as that. Yeah,
many times.
But
looking at you, Anakin.
But the Oscars they don't really recognise that. They're like, well, this guy. And I you can say, well, if you're a good enough actor, you should be able to play any role. And I don't think that's true. I think the best actor of our day, probably Daniel Day-Lewis, there are certain roles he simply cannot play.
I'm sure he would do a fine job as the Queen. I'm sure he would have been great in 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah.
He's just not quite right for it.
Not quite right, no. But I feel that it's highly important, and if you get it wrong, it can ruin the film, and if you get it right, if you get it really right, and on multiple occasions, because these casting directors, they don't just cast one film and they're like, all right, bye, I'm done now.
Yeah.
I casted your 10 people, see ya. Like
out of the industry forever.
Yeah, they do multiple films throughout the year, and if you're able to show that one person is able to select better characters than others, plus as well, it's better for all of us, because then if you're rewarding those who cast well, then more people would want to cast well, so then we get better cast, leading to better films.
Sure.
But,
yeah, you got there in the end.
I did, yeah.
That is probably the one that I would most like to see added.
Yeah.
But I think you probably know this as well. There is a big time director who I can't think of. I got a feeling it's Martin Scorsese, but I don't want to commit to that. Who has been saying for years that is the category they need to introduce.
Yeah. Because it makes or change the film.
Because he's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
On to my final suggestion. Best studio.
Ah.
And so I'm not talking about most profitable or maybe best distributor. The lines are kind of blurred.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's, why not recognise that great, what project have they chosen to release this year? Good job on your release slate, Universal.
Yeah, it gets a bit awkward though, because if you're thinking, okay, blah 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 has made billions, and they're number one box office by a huge margin, but their films were utter trash. They're just what makes the industry worse.
Just who has had the best year?
But then equally,
how do you measure best?
Yeah, how do you? Yeah. Well, I guess if you're just looking at all of their films, thinking like, you know what, these people have more better films than the others. I kind of see what you're saying, and then.
But then, do the people who make these decisions really need more of an accolade than their huge salaries?
Their huge salaries and all the money they make.
Yeah,
I don't know why you're talking yourself out, but
it seems like a nice idea.
Yeah,
but who gets it? Who walks away with it? Studio head, I guess.
Yeah, studio head, and then as well, a lot of these decisions are made years out.
True.
Years.
And the person collecting it may not have anything to do with it. Yeah. And then there's stuff like Deadpool. Critical and commercial success.
Yeah.
That is... The studio tried to not make that for as long as possible. It kind of undermines... I'm really talking myself out of this one, aren't I?
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to disagree with this one,
I disagree as well. I'm sorry I ever said it.
Yeah. Okay, my last one and the last one.
Sure.
I can't think of the word. Maybe you can help me.
Great.
But it's kind of merging performances from motion capture and from voice performances. So I guess I don't know, like Ghost Award or something like that. Someone who's
best
not
non-physical performance.
Yeah. Or something. Yeah. Best off-screen performance of an on-screen character. I don't know.
This is a lot of words.
It's getting very elaborate, but more and more films now are having either fully motion capture characters or are having characters who just have a voiceover. So that was the kind of idea that before it's been suggested in the past, but everyone just said, well, it'll just go to Andy Serkis every year. But now there is more competition for that, and
there was a year, I think 2 years ago, when it was Andy Serkis as Caesar, but also Scarlett Johansson in Her.
Yeah.
And that's when this conversation kind of came up.
Yeah.
And Scarlett Johansson in Her was unbelievably good for a character you don't see.
Yeah.
Like, I completely understood why he fell in love with that voice. Oh, that voice.
Yeah. And I feel like it's a different talent, and it's a talent that with the Oscars not having a category for it, kind of suggests that they don't take it too seriously and that it's a gimmick.
I don't know about that, because I'm probably going to be really wrong about this. Someone's going to call me an idiot.
Yeah.
I feel like Best Animated only... the award for that only started in the 90s, and there have been animated films since before the dawn of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that this should definitely be an award in 10 years.
Okay.
I think still there's not enough. Because like Best Animated, there's 10 films to pick from maybe.
Yeah.
So even though there are some incredible performances, and it's a shame that some of them don't get noticed. I think in
maybe it's a bit
10 years to the day that it should be announced. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I did have another one, but
go for it. Lay it on me.
I'm not sure if it already exists. I know people say about the studios who do the visual effects for films.
Best visual effects.
Yeah, there is best visual effects, but it's more the you know what? Forget this one. Forget it. I can't remember.
What about stunt work?
Stunt Work's another one. Yeah. Yeah, it's in like every film now.
Yeah. I watched a romantic comedy the other day.
Yeah, rom-com with
loads of stunts in it, and I was like, what a great rom-com.
Yeah. Yeah, Stunt Work, definitely. And the choreography of all of that. It's a lot of time and effort, and no one cares. They're like, oh, okay, yeah.
Well, people care while they're watching it.
Yeah.
And then they stop.
Yeah. All right, well...
I'm done.
That's it.
I'm done, mate.
All right, well, thanks for listening, guys. If you have any suggestions as to what you think should be the next Oscar categories, do let us know in the comments below. I've been James Forbes.
I've been Todd James.
Bye!
3 stories, all just from different parts of the world.
And different time points as well. But what better way to motivate Nick Fury to do something than to tell him not to do something?
Machines plugged in to believe that they are the machines who have the humans plugged in.